How's it going, YouTube? Jamie the Kid 00 here, coming to you guys with a plant deck profile of sorts. You guys have been asking me for a plant deck profile since the new list was announced, and I told you guys I would make one, but I didn't want to just make any plant deck profile. I wanted to make something that I had a lot of fun with, a plant deck that had a lot of power, it could make big pushes, and I really couldn't decide on what I wanted to make, and this is still vastly a work in progress. There's a whole engine in this that is going to come out. Because I took this to a locals today and I went 3-1 with it. It was only a small event. I went 3-1 with this kind of amalgamation of cards. And I'm just going to get into the deck and kind of show you guys what I was playing, because like nothing else can explain it in words. I think it's just easiest to put the cards down. I guess you could call this Nordic Gigavise plant. That'll give you an idea of what's in store in the list. So we're going to start off with our plant engine, which is the staple of the deck. And we're not just playing a 4-card plant engine. We're not just playing the Spore, the Dandy, and the 2 Lone Fire Blossoms. We're going to continue on past this, but these are the big names of our plant lineup. We're going to continue on to a Talia, Princess of the Cherry Blossoms, who is an incredibly good beater and has a really, really nice effect. I think she's growing to be my favourite of the princesses. Greatly outstripping Titanial. Thank you, Matthew, for putting me onto this. And then I play, as our last plants of the engine, 3 copies of Gigaplant. Now, Gigaplant is a card that's integral to this deck, and I will show you guys, if I'm able to remember it, a big combo that I used quite a few times throughout today's event, and it even features in one of my duel videos, in which this card is absolutely integral, and it just makes incredible plays. So, it's either that or the combo will be a separate video. So that is our plant engine. For our plant support, we play the 1 Debris Dragon, because of course with the new format it is limited to 1. 2 Card Trooper. 2 Card Trooper is incredibly good because of the milling aspect, which is always important. The fact that when he dies he will keep you drawing through your deck. You do need to draw the combo pieces in this deck. And he combos really well with the 3 copies of Crane that we play in this deck. Crane, for those of you who don't know, is a card that was released in the extra booster in the new starter deck, well, the newest starter deck, sorry. And it is integral for reviving our earth monsters from the graveyard to make this lovely lass, Melee of the Trees, which we'll get to in a bit. But Melee is incredibly essential in this deck, incredibly good for our advantage and setup plays, so Crane is in here to maximise the utility of that card. And it's also a Debris Dragon target, it just has good synergy all around with the deck. So that's our plant-based support. I then play a small Nordic engine, and I'll explain these in a minute. The 1 Gouldfax, the 1 Tangrisnir, and 3 copies of Tang Yostir, and I'll explain these now. The main reason why these are in here is Tang Yostir was, in my opinion, my best and most versatile card for going into the 2 extra deck power cards of this deck. Tang Yostir, when it switches to attack, can get me either Tangrisnir or Gouldfax. And they were integral for Gouldfax, helped me make Power Tool Dragon, which is incredibly important in this deck, and Tangrisnir helped me make Melee. So these were guys who I felt that were going to be the most versatile. I did test a Psychic engine, and I did test a Teachy engine, but this little Nordic engine did prove the most efficient. I am going to cut this in favour of just more consistency cards for trying to get to the plant engine quicker, and maybe putting a couple more Earth Monsters as Crane targets, but this Nordic engine is getting cut in the future. And then for the last cards I play 1 Redox and 1 Gauze. I put in the Gauze for surprise factor. I dropped him once and once only, and he was really good when I did drop him. But I was banking on the fact of people kind of running into Gauze a bit more, because people aren't expecting it as much, people are getting into bad habits, people are attacking with big monsters first. So the Gauze is in there, the Gauze has gone back in, and the Redox is incredibly powerful in this deck, for multiple reasons. For the spell lineup, and this is another incredibly important part, and it takes up so much room, leaving us very little room for traps. So for the spells, I only play Darkhold, no Book of Moon, no nothing like that, no Mind Control. 1 Scapegoats. I found that this was really good at keeping you alive. Sometimes you get into bad situations where you're going to lose if your opponent attacks with all them monsters. This is really good against Fire Fist, I've found. And it also works as synchro material fodder. There are situations in which you can put 4 goats on table, summon Gouldfax, make your power tool, and go off from there. 1 Foolish Burial. A lot of the time you'll actually find yourself Foolish Burialing Lone Fire, because you need the Lone Fire engrave for, if you have a Melee play, you'll Foolish Burial the Lone Fire and set up that Melee to get the Lone Fire back. I find myself Foolishing Lonefire, Dandy, and Redox. I don't foolish anything else in the deck. I never foolish Spore, because Gigaplant Lonefire gets you the Spore. I then play double Space Typhoon, standard. There are some back row cards you just need to kill when you want to go off, so that's a card. I then play 3 copies of Supervise. I'm going to explain some of these lesser known cards. The 3 copies of Supervise are, of course, for our Gigaplant, wherever he is gone. If I can find him. There we go. The 3 copies of Supervise are for our Gigaplant. The 3 Supervise read, equip only to a Gemini monster, if it is then treated as an effect monster, and gains its effects. When this face-up card is sent from the field to the graveyard, and I would like to say sent, not destroyed, select and special summon 1 normal monster from your graveyard. The important thing about this saying sent is that when this card, if this card is equipped with Supervise, and it's used as a Synchro material or Exceed material, this will fall off due to a game mechanic, because of course the equipped monster is no longer on the field, and it will activate. So if you have another Gigaplant or another normal monster in your graveyard, but the only normal monsters you will play are the Gigaplants, you can special summon it from the graveyard when you synchro summon using it. So that's incredibly important for the interactions it has in the deck. We then play 3 copies of DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation. The equip cards are very important in this deck because Power Tool Dragon is a very powerful card in this deck. And DDR also gives us a lot of recursion plays, because you are going to be removing from play a lot of your plants with your 3 copies of Mark of the Rose, your Redox, and your Spore. And it is also an integral card for one of the OTK pushes this deck can do, which will be in a separate video. And then, as I explained just a second ago, we play 3 copies of Mark of the Rose. Mark of the Rose is basically an equipped mind control that lets you banish a plant from your graveyard to take control of one of your monsters until the end phase, spins back to them, and then during your next standby phase it comes back to you, and so on and so forth. So that is our spell lineup, a complete spell lineup. Our trap lineup is very simple. It is 3 copies of Call of the Haunted. Call of the Haunted is really integral in this for bringing back your Lone Fires, bringing back various plant aspects, bringing back Card Troopers. I just can't, and bringing back Gigaplants. I just can't explain how essential it is. And getting an MST'd or milled off a Card Trooper is an incredibly sad thing, because I milled 2 off a Card Trooper today, and I've had so many of them MST'd, it was tragic. And then the last 2 cards I play are 2 copies of Polynosis. I believe this featured in my Gigaplant deck profile. And it was a really powerful card throughout the day. It's Plant Solemn Judgment. It's really good when you have fluff tokens, because you contribute the fluff tokens, and it's basically costless. So they gave me a little bit of defense and let me also push through some of my plays when I had fluff tokens or spare plants on the field. For the extra deck, I play 10 Synchros and 5 Exceeds, and the extra deck is so tight. There are so many cards I want to play, so please don't go asking, where is this, why didn't you play this? These are the cards you will make the most, and I wouldn't cut any of these in my opinion. There are a lot of these that I didn't make over the day, a few of them, but I honestly would not cut any of these for anything else. These are what you will make the most. The One Formula Synchron, you do make this a lot. It's really good for continuing through your plays, digging for the cards you're going to need. Armory Arm, I made this twice today. Catastor, I actually never made this, but it's in here, it's an out to things, I wouldn't cut it. Orient Dragon, another card I didn't make, mainly because I didn't main the Maxis in this variant, but I did side them. This card comes into his own with the Maxis. 1 Black Rose Dragon, I made this card 3 times today, and it was ridiculous. You can see it in one of the videos, it puts in so much work and grabs me a game I probably shouldn't have won. Double Power Tool Dragon. Power Tool Dragon is essential for this deck's operation because so many of your combo cards and just your power cards are equipped spells. So Power Tool Dragon is in here to search out your equipped spells, search out your Supervise mainly, but also search out your Different Dimension Reincarnation because that card can serve a dual purpose. It can almost be as good as Supervise in some situations. So Power Tools, you'll see him in the combo video that I post later on. Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, and Thor, Lord of the Aesir. Because Thor, you will make this. Like, I made it once, but you will make it with the Goldfax play. If your Tangen Yoster goes off unmolested, your Thor will get summoned. So those are the Synchros. We're going to put them down there. For the Exceeders, I played 1 Acid Golem. I felt I wanted to have a muscle option. You're almost always going to go into melee. But there will be some situations in which you do need a more muscular card because melee only has 1700 Blazer, And Acid Golem was the card I went for over Leviathan Dragon, and I didn't look back. Acid Golem was incredibly good throughout the day. Two copies of Melee of the Trees. You will need two, because there will be some situations in which you make one, send your relevant plant to the graveyard, which will almost always be Lone Fire. It will die, and then you can make another one next turn, usually with a Crane play, and then bring back that Lone Fire and go off from there. You really do need the two. I think that is demonstrated in one of my videos that you really do need the two. Can still Ptolemy M7. Again, in one of the combos I will show, you'll make this a lot. So M7 is something you want to have in the deck. And then finally, Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack. Again, it kind of ties in with the Ptolemy M7. You will make this with Power Tool Dragon and Power Tool Dragon, or Power Tool Dragon and Redox, or Power Tool Dragon and a Spore when you've banished a Gigaplant. So you will make this a lot. So that's the extra. The side is very, very quickly made. It was made when I got there, but I'll show you guys what I played today. 2-Effect Veiler. It's more tuners, and it's really good against the rogue matchups. 2 Max C. It has a good interaction because it can be revived with Gigaplant, because it is an insect. And it's just really good at slowing down your opponent's combo-oriented decks, and helping you draw through your deck if they do carry on. 2 Fossil Diner. It's just a card I swear by at the moment. 2 copies of Puppet Plant. This was mainly in here because of the fact that Puppet Plant works for you incredibly well. It was in here for Prophecy, Samurai, Noble Knights, because there is actually someone with a finished Noble Knight deck at the event, but he didn't actually turn up today. And it's also a fact that it's a 3, so Crane can dam it out. It can be special summon with Gigaplant. You can just do all sorts of cool things with this. I really like it. I then played the third MST. 3 copies of Debunk, which is a card I really like this format, so watch some of my other videos for explanations on that. And then 2 copies of DNA Surgery. DNA Surgery was in here mainly for Boojins, and also for the fun fact that it makes everything I own plant. I call plant with this, so Lone Fire can start tributing off really randy stuff off the field. So that was the fun reason I played it. It wasn't a very good card, but it was in there. It was in there for funsies. So yeah, guys, this has been a Gigavise plant deck profile. I've had a lot of fun playing this deck. In some of the videos, you'll see why this is a really fun deck to play. I hope you guys give this a test. Please do be patient with it. You do open really bad sometimes. It's by no means a competitive deck. But if you're looking to have a laugh at a small, non-competitive locals, this will likely be the deck for you. So, as I said before, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think. Let me know any changes you would make to the main deck. I'm really happy with the extra deck. And the side can be changed. So yeah, talk to me about that in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys later on with some more combo-based videos and duel videos of this deck. Peace out. Bye.